Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. And today I just have a quick highlight video for you guys. I've been playing the first stage of the KC Cup today, and it's really fun. I used two different decks to get to level 15. It's not level max yet, I haven't played that much. But I just wanted to, if you guys are struggling, you know, in the lower levels, this is one of the decks I used at the beginning, Dinos. And it did really well. It was winning a lot against Destiny heroes and stuff like that. And then I started struggling. I would see a lot of blue, I started seeing 2 to 3 blue eyes in a row, and the decks just struggle from there. But it's the same build as before. You guys have checked out my video, you've seen this deck. Pretty standard Rex build. But then blue eyes started giving me a little bit of problems, so I switched over to Dragunity, and this deck is quickly becoming one of my favorite decks. I made one switch from since the video. I took out the Dark World dealings and just threw in a third Dragunity Divine Lance. It is too good to not run 3 of them, but I wanted to keep the double Cyclone as well because of all the back row we're seeing. So this is the updated version. Like I said, that's the only change. I still haven't gone back into the box, so I don't have a third Dragunity Ducks. So we have the 2-2-2 ratio and then 6 tuners. I do have some we're still running beatdown. I do have some replays. I was supposed to save some of the Rex matchups, but honestly the Dragunity matchups were being so good that I ended up saving some replays over the Rex ones. So we're not gonna have any dinos, but I did want to mention that I've been using that to climb, and it worked until I started running into a lot of blue eyes. But yeah, basically what I love so much about this Dragunity deck is that it really makes you think about what the most optimal play is going to be. Some duels are almost like duel quizzes on their own. Like, I know I can win that turn. It's just about, you know, approaching it the right way and then finishing the game with the OTK. So first we're going up against Geargia, and this is a very strong opening for them. Usually it ties to the Brethren and a back row. You know, for Geargia is like you just lose, because this is either gonna be a Canadia or a Pulse Mines, and it'll stop anything you try to do. And if you can't get rid of the monsters, then you know you just lose, because they can get rid of your back row, they can get rid of your monsters. But luckily I have a good enough hand to be able to deal with this. So we're gonna start with Dragunity AK, and immediately we're gonna see the Canadia, and that sucks, but at the same time it's fine because we can still special summon using the Dragunity AK effect. So even though we can't equip the monster that we special summon, we still get special summon, and I'm gonna special summon Dragunity Flanks. And my only objective here was going to Stardust Dragon, because Stardust Dragon is gonna be able to stop the destruction effect from the Geargia Anchor. And then I felt pretty good about my chances. There's no more back row. I have a Stardust, so I go and I destroy the Geargia Anchor right away. Geargia attacker is gonna go face down. He destroys my Dragunity AK, and that's completely fine. We're gonna go for the normal summon on Militum, and then I set 2 double Cyclones just in case there's any back row. Obviously I can't destroy 2 of them, but I can sacrifice 1 to destroy a back row. And you know, once Geargia loses the monster advantage, it's really hard for them to come back. This guy doesn't have any effects to go up against me because of my Stardust, and because I'm able to destroy the back row as soon as it hits the field, the Pulse Mines, you know, I was able to control the duel from there. So that turn 1 Stardust against Geargia, I feel like it's the way to go, especially in this matchup. And this is what I meant, you know, in my first Dragunity video, when I was talking about, as you learn the matchups, as you realize what the most optimal plays are, you know, the deck is definitely going to play better and just be better in general. So right now I'm just loving this deck. So that was the first one against Geargia, a really strong deck. By the way, my art right there is just a synchro card that I was working on a thumbnail, and I had to make an anime style card for, I want to say it was for the Reptilians, and I just threw that together while the video was uploading. Let me know in the comments if you find a good name for that card and a good effect. It's a synchro monster. Alright, so we're going up against vampires, I guess, with Bacon Saber. You don't see that in vampires a whole lot. It was kind of a weird turn 1 play. But once again, you know, it's about trying to find out the most optimal play. I did miss like half the first steps I did. But I have a double cyclone, I have a treacherous trapple, so it you know, it's a really good starting hand. I'm not gonna activate the effect because my attack is gonna be negated by the Bacon Saber. Instead, I keep the Dragunity flanks so that I can use my double cyclone and destroy that annoying Vampire's Kingdom. So he's doing some regular shenanigans. They are running Scarlet, so I guess it's not the most optimal Vampire build. But look at these chains. So he's gonna activate Vampire's Domain. Before the effect resolves, he's going to chain enemy controller and try to econ take my Dragunity Bash. So at that point, I'm gonna start my own chain with Treacherous Trapple, destroying Guzuki and Dragunity Night Bash, and then my double cyclone to destroy the Vampire's Domain. And even though this card, by the way, even though the card Vampire's Domain says that even if this card leaves the field, you can you keep the effect. I'm pretty sure that if you destroy it before the effect resolves, like if the card is not on the field when resolving, the effect doesn't go through. But you guys can, you know, confirm or deny that in the comments. So we're gonna destroy the Vampire Domain. That means he only has one normal summon available. Goes for the Scarlet Scorch, and that's completely fine because I kept a Dragunity Dux in the hand, and that's all I need to finish this game. We're gonna go for flanks, Synchro Summon into our second Dragunity Vash Reina. Go for the beatdown and just attack over it. We leave him at 300 life points, which is great. They can't activate any vampire effects anymore because they have to pay life. So at this point, I'm just playing around a unlikely double Kribo. So we're gonna use Divine Lance to bring another flanks. That way I have 3 attacks. I was pretty sure there was not 2 Kribos in hand, but if there were, I would have still won through that. Next we have Arcana. If you're watching this video, you know, pretty soon after I upload it, I think I will be streaming tonight. It's probably gonna be, I don't know, depends on how long it takes for this video to upload. But I'm gonna be streaming for about an hour and a half. Some more KC Cup grinding using this deck probably. So here we're going up against Blue Eyes presumably, and we're gonna start things with Dragunity AK. Go into Militum, Synchro Summon, Dragunity Vash. Pretty standard place so far. Go for the beatdown, destroy the face down, and we're gonna get hit. I mean, destroy the monster. And I just wanted to go for a game right here. I figured the back row is either gonna be Canadia, something like that. I want to trigger it anyways, but I didn't want to try to destroy the back row that I already knew was chainable and get no value out of that. So I just went ahead and destroyed the monster, and then we forced the Majesty with Eyes of Blue. My opponent doesn't have anything, so we're gonna go for Dragunity Arma, Mistletoe? I don't know. We special summon that, which means we can use our normal summon for Militum. Go into a second Dragunity Night Bash. Now I can destroy that back row. We're gonna get hit with an enemy controller, and that's completely fine. We have a second Dragunity Arma, so we can special summon that, and we have game. This is one of those, like I said, dual school quiz kind of thing. Like I knew I could win just from looking at my hand, because unless that back row was Treacherous Trapple, I knew I was gonna be able to win because the card was only gonna be able to stop one of my monsters. I guess if it was a Canadia, it would have been more problematic because then I couldn't have special summon my second monster. Didn't think about that, but I won. Here we're going up against Jesse. I don't remember what they were running.
Welcome.
Shout out to whoever subscribed. Thank you. I can't see your name, but I did hear the sound. Oh yeah, this is for hire. But we have Treacherous Trapple, so those monsters are gonna go away immediately. I personally like to let the beat effect go through. Let them add a monster before you treacherous trap hole, because if you treacherous right away, that might change what they grab. You know, they might grab a high level so they can go in for some attack. Well, if you treacherous first and they see that, you know, now they don't have little monsters, they can instead search, I don't know, like another beat or a seal. So I usually wait for them to search and then activate my treacherous, but you gotta have your toggle on so that you can activate it once the card is added to the hand. If you have it on auto, you're not gonna be able to use your treacherous until they chain another effect. So we have 2 back row to worry about with our hand, and we're just gonna go with a very simple play. Dragunity, Divine Lance, get a flanks, but we're not gonna worry about synchro summoning or anything. I wanted to keep the trap immunity in case there was like a Drowning Mirror Force, stuff like that. And if this gets destroyed, we have a backup Dragunity Ducks, and then we can go for a place the following turn. So we're gonna go Seal into Whiz. Seal is gonna add that beat back, and then my opponent is just gonna end the turn. And this was the dual quiz moment. I knew I could win right here. All I had to do was take care of both of those back row, and the one Whiz negation. He could have stopped most of my play. I still would have been okay, but he needed to negate my Dragunity Divine Lance right away. Once he didn't, it was game over. So we're gonna get Dragunity AK. Dragunity Middle Tomb is going to special summon that from the spell and trap zone, and we can go into Dragunity Vash. Basically, my whole objective is to go into double Dragunity Vash with an AK equipped to it. Get rid of the AK to get rid of the back row, or get rid of the monsters if the back row is chained at any point. And I can easily do that. So there is the first Vash. It's gonna get the Dragunity AK. We're gonna trigger a Canadia, that's completely fine. Now we can go into our second Dragunity Vash. That's why we kept that flanks in the back row, just for when we needed it. Dragunity Vash is gonna activate the AK. As soon as I saw that this wasn't chainable, I knew I had won. I'm gonna activate Beatdown first because you want to raise the attack before you double it, so you get that extra 300 attack points. I send my AK to the grave, destroy the back row. There's the Drowning Mirror Force that I was worried about the previous turn, and we win over the beat because the life points were already so low. Over the seal, I'm sorry. And then for the last one, we have an Odeon. I kind of talked a lot. I'm sorry if I'm really excited about this deck. It's been a while since I've had this much fun with a deck that it's combo heavy. It might seem like you're making the same play over and over, but there's way more to that. You know, there's a lot of thinking, in my opinion, when using this deck. So that's why I'm having so much fun, and I'm excited to talk about it. Destiny Hero 1 back row with this hand. Easy game, boys. Easy games. Check it out. We are going to go AK, special summon the Dragunity flanks. Why? Because I can special summon my Dragunity Arma, and it's better to do it by sending flanks to the graveyard than just by going with the AK, because you want this in the grave so you can add it back and then go into your synchro place. However, once I go into my double cyclone and I see that it's the mass change, I love when they try to mass change to dodge. It doesn't work because this is a chain link 2, so their monster is gonna be summoned before my monster hits the grave. So our AK is still gonna destroy that that mass hero Anki. And here's where we're gonna go with our dual quiz mentality. We're gonna special summon Dragunity Arma by sending the flanks into the graveyard, and then we can equip that to our monster. Now normally you wanna put this back on the field, go for your synchro summon, but we have beatdown, so we have the OTK available. We're gonna activate Divine Lance, bring another flanks onto my monster just so I can detach it, add a third monster to the field. That is almost lethal. Beatdown helps us get that last 300, and it's a beautiful exact lethal OTK. I'm very happy with this deck, if I haven't said that enough. But that's all I got for you. Just a quick, well, not so quick update video. I ended up talking a lot. I will be streaming, like I said, in a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. Along with my PayPal link, if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. Really, really appreciate that. And till next time.